You are listening to Digging In Podcast, presented by Rooted Wealth Advisors.
Welcome back to another new episode on the Digging In Podcast, brought to you by Rooted Wealth Advisors. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is John Savarino. I'm a fiduciary advisor with the firm, Rooted Wealth Advisors. And once again, special guest, Connor Zimmer.
Please, hold the applause.
I mean, the crowd's going wild.
Yeah, I see you out there. Thanks for having me back on.
Yeah, man. You bet. Loved the first one. I thought we brought some good value to our viewers when it comes to this CFP standard, bar set super high. Anyone that has watched the podcast knows, though, let's take it down a notch, right? Let's loosen up a little bit, chop it up, right? Yeah, we're just going to chop it up today. And, you guys can be a fly on the wall, and you can just see how two handsome investment advisors for Rooted Wealth Advisors chop it up. One of the things that I've been dying to know is when you first started with Rooted Wealth Advisors, actually, let's back it up even further. When you were getting hired at our firm, what was running through your head? I gotta know.
Oh man, so many things, right? I mean, frankly, for me, it was quite the leap, right? I mean, I kind of had, just speak frankly, I had it. I don't know if I want to call it I had it made, but I was comfortable where I was at, and things looked decent for the future. But what I really wanted to do is really just take things to the next level in terms of the planning side of things. And I wanted to make sure that, hey, we're looking at things from a holistic standpoint. We're not just an investment advisory firm. We're not just somebody that, hey, does the same thing as anybody else in, the Denver metro area. We want that different approach, right? So that is part of what was going through my mind.
Okay, so you kind of felt, and correct me if I'm just putting words in your mouth, but you wanted to do more, right, for the people that you were serving. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, I just felt that, I don't want to say too much, but we're just falling short in terms of what I think was the proper thing to do.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing wrong was being done, but I just thought, hey, we could be doing more.
Right.
There's a lot of strategies and things out there that I just didn't have the flexibility to do.
Yeah.
With just the overarching structure that we had.
No, I love it. I think, one of the things that I love about, our firm is especially Zach, he's the founder of our firm. For those of you that don't know, if you don't have a tool in your tool belt, or don't think that you have a resource available to you to help serve, families in the communities that we once again serve, he will do everything it takes to make sure you're equipped with that resource, that tool, that arrow in your quiver. And I think that's powerful. I think that's super powerful. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is making sure that we're addressing these 5 critical stops for one's retirement plan. And, just really digging in and evaluating each one of those critical stops on the road to retirement. So totally get that. And I think that's pretty neat to hear that, from your perspective. So Connor's hired, okay? Because just for those of you that don't know, we've been in the Denver area for quite some time now with Connor at the helm. He's a lead advisor out there. But you're the guy. You're the guy in Denver. So tell me more about when you first got hired, maybe when you first met the team here in Bourbon.
That was, I'll take you back to that day because, I don't like, being the center of attention. I think maybe you're the same way. So I walk in to our Bourbonnais office. I'm like, what town is this? What's going on? And maybe my just personality type, worst nightmare. Everybody's standing up there clapping for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh. What is
I remember
going on?
that actually.
I remember. I'll remember forever. I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do with my hands?
Yeah.
But it was awesome. I think what really attracted me to Rooted and the firm and Zach was just one, the level of relationship that not is only within the team, but just the clients as well, right? It's just that extra level. And I mean, like I said, I just wasn't used to that. So it took a little bit of getting used to. But I mean, that's really what drew me in. But I mean, it was awesome. I mean, just so much support from Zach, the team, everybody, the advisory team, just really wanting to make sure that, hey, we're trying to take the culture of Rooted and, transplant it. You were already in Denver, but really just make it permanent there, right? And I thought that was done very well, right? And I think that's, frankly, why, a lot of clients have come on, not only because, CFP, fiduciary, all that things aside, just that relationship piece is, frankly, in my opinion, a little bit more rare in the Denver area. It's a lot more transactional,
right?
And I never really liked that.
I think it's a great point, right? I mean, when it comes to just connection, relationship, that's really some of the values that we pride ourselves on, here at Rooted Wealth Advisors. So I think you've done a really incredible job, as you maybe have just kind of mentioned, of just carrying that into a city like Denver, when in reality, Rooted was established just on just the small town roots of, a handshake, right? A handshake deal. So just for you to be able to carry that over, into Denver, I think has been, pretty incredible. And like, I think one of the things is, yeah, of course, we want to pour into our clients, and their hard-earned money. But I think what you quickly realized, with the clapping and maybe just some of that love is we want to do the same thing with our teammates and those, that we work with. So hopefully you felt that, even, maybe as awkward as it felt, especially because we were in the old office too.
Yeah.
So you probably walked in there and was like, wait a second, how do you guys all fit?
Yeah, I'm like, where's the rest of it?
That's funny. Weren't you here how long were you here that first? Like when you first weren't you in like an Airbnb?
I was here for I want to say 2 weeks. I was driving Zach's truck around town.
That's even better. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, I was in an Airbnb. You put me up in a nice spot. Shout out to Zach, the team, but it was great. But I mean, I think the nice thing is it just really let me get to know everybody, because when especially, being the beginning of the permanent office out there, it's like, hey, yeah, being in person is different than being on the phone or being on Zoom, right? And it really just gave me that support, that confidence. And of course, as the folks watching have probably seen, as we're bringing on more staff, you'll see, of course, Vanessa being out in Denver. You'll see, Sarah, Jacqueline, everybody out there. It's just great to have that more team environment and that Rooted environment with me out there as well.
Yeah, 100%. Man, that feels like so long ago.
It does.
Feels like forever ago. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got the gal that cuts my hair, she was like, wow, you're looking very distinguished. And I'm like, what is that?
What does that mean?
She's like, you got some gray hair coming in. And I'm like, whoa.
Wow.
Don't know how to feel about that, but it is what it is. What were some of your favorite spots to eat? Did you go anywhere to eat? Like, what did you do after hours for those 2 weeks that you were here?
I hit all the big spots, right? I mean, I think you guys got like one sushi spot in town or something like that. Koi, Hilda, Jacqueline, everybody, they took me there once. That was good. But man, I'm a big advocate of Chick-fil-A. Great company.
Love
to death. And Texas Roadhouse, man, you can't go wrong. So, I mean, they got to know me a little bit better on my time out here.
You were a regular there.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, just wanted to chop it up a little bit with you, man, before you get back on the plane to big city Denver, Colorado. Look, if you're watching today and are hoping to get an evaluation on your portfolio or your road to retirement, give our office a call, 866-766-8332. You'll have a chance to sit down with either myself, Connor, another one of our fiduciary advisors on the Rooted Wealth Advisors team. Once again, for your evaluation, give us a call, 866-766-8332. Connor, man, look forward to doing this again sometime soon.
This was Digging In Podcast. presented by Rooted Wealth Advisors.